I want to share the 3 goals that I had in my mind that I wanted to achieve. The first one was earning passive income on my assets such as BTC, Ethereum, and other stable coins such as USDC, USDT, etc. The second goal was to make this income truly passive, meaning I deposit my assets into yield farming pools and then I forget about them. Make sure that you pay close attention to this because this is going to turn out to be a huge mistake for me. The final goal of mine was to achieve a high APR of 60%. And lastly, I wanted to stay away from pools or tokens that were highly hyped, because what happens with those tokens is once the hype dies down, the price as well as the APR will also go down. Okay, so once you have understood this, let me share with you the one thing or the one mistake that I did that absolutely wrecked my portfolio. It was that I forgot to check on my positions. And by positions, I mean LP pools that I had invested through Extra Finance. I'll come over to what Extra Finance is in a second, but let me explain to you what exactly happened. So, like I said, the one very big mistake that I did was that I forgot to check on my positions. Yes, it was that very one small mistake. For context, I had invested roughly $5,000 into this OVN USDC pool over on Extra Finance. Now, what is Extra Finance? Well, to put it simply, Extra Finance is where you can yield farm using leverage. Following are the things, or you can say the criteria, that I should have used after putting my money into this pool. Now keep in mind that this is a very general criteria that you can use for all the DeFi yield farming pools, no matter the chain or the protocol. Make sure you get your pen and paper ready because I can guarantee you that this is going to be very useful for your DeFi yield farming journey. The first thing that I should have done or checked is where the emission or the rewards from this following pool are coming from. How much was the token emission versus how much was the real yield? For example, in Aerodrome Finance, which is a decentralized exchange over on Base, these dexes will give out their own token, in this case Aero, as rewards for these pools, thereby achieving a ridiculous APR of ranging anywhere from 500 to 5000. The second mistake that I did was I did not do extensive research on the tokenomics of the OVN token itself. I had invested in the pool when OVN was sitting right at $50, but within 2 weeks, the OVN token went from $50 to $15. Now, somewhere around these 2 weeks, I should have checked my position and I should have either rebalanced the position or I should have exited altogether. But I did not check on my position and ultimately I had to exit all of my position right around when OVN was sitting at $10 US. Now, why this happened? Why did OVN go from $50 to $15 in just 2 weeks? Because the APY on Extra Finance for this very particular pool was very high. So what happened was people kept investing their money into this pool to keep earning a high APY. And the third mistake that I did was I did not track the APY of this pool. What happened was the APY kept falling and people started withdrawing their assets from this pool. After withdrawing their assets, they started selling heavily their OVN tokens. Maybe if I had done some research at that time, I would have got to know about the situation and I would have done the same. Now keep in mind that if you are an LP in a pool, then most of your yield is going to come from volume, because more volume equals more fees equals more money paid to liquidity providers. In some other cases like Aerodrome, this income may be supplemented through their own token, which is Aerodrome. The fourth mistake that I did while I was in this pool is I did not take profits when my position was up 110%. Yes, you heard that correct. The $5,000 that I had invested into this pool became more than $10,000, but because I wasn't tracking my position on a daily basis, I missed out on all of those profits. So what was the end result of all of this? Well, to be honest with you, I still do not remember the exact time when I got out of this position, but I did end up losing close to $2,000, all because I did not keep track of my position on a daily basis. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, so I ended up booking my losses and exited 100% of my position from this OVN USD Plus pool. Well, believe it or not, but in the end, it turned out to be a good decision because the price of the OVN token kept plummeting, which would have resulted in even more loss for my position. The one important thing that you need to keep in mind is capital preservation is the number one factor that will decide whether you will be successful in crypto or not. Don't put all your money into one thing. Make sure you have some money left to either diversify into other positions or to just dollar cost average when things go lower. Now, what are the things that you and me can learn from this situation? Well, the first thing is you should always check the token emissions, meaning where are the rewards coming from. The next thing that you should do, which is very important, is you should check your position on a daily basis. Number 3 is you should track the APY of the pool that you are in. If you are in a loss, decide whether you need to dollar cost average or exit the position altogether. If you are in profit, at least take some advantage of it and take some profits. And the last thing is make a system based on the things that you learned from this video. In the end, losing money sucked for me, but it made me smarter. So if you want to learn more about DeFi yield farming, then make sure you check out these videos on my channel.